norma occipitalis or posterior view of the skull. It is convex upward and on each side, flattened below. The bones seen in the norma occipitalis are the posterior part of the parietal bone, occipital bone, and this is the mastoid part of the temporal bone. The sutures seen in the norma occipitalis are the lambdoid suture between occipital bone and two parietal bones, posterior part of the sagittal suture, and this is the occipitomastoid suture between occipital bone and mastoid part of the temporal bone. This suture is the occipitomastoid suture, and this is the parietomastoid suture between parietal bone and mastoid part of the temporal bone. Parietomastoid suture. Then the name features this parietal foramen, obelion and lambda have been seen in the norma verticalis. This is the median bony prominence. This is known as external occipital protuberance. The prominent point on the external occipital protuberance is known as inion. These are the curved lines from the lateral part of the external occipital protuberance is known as superior nuchal line. This external occipital protuberance and superior nuchal line represents the junction of the head and the neck. Area below the superior nuchal line will be studied in norma basalis. Sometimes there is a presence of highest nuchal line, that is 1 centimeter above the superior nuchal line, which starts from upper part of the external occipital protuberance, which are more curved. Then this point, median point just above the external occipital protuberance is known as occipital point. This one is the mastoid foramen present on the mastoid part of the temporal bone near the occipitomastoid suture. Internally it opens in the sigmoid sulcus. There is a passage of emissary veins and meningeal branch of occipital artery. Then the attachments. External occipital protuberance, upper part gives origin to the trapezius muscle, lower part gives attachment to the upper part of the ligamentum nuchae. This superior nuchal line, medial part gives origin to trapezius, lateral part gives insertion to sternocleidomastoid above and splenius capitis below. The highest nuchal line, if present, gives attachment to epicranial aponeurosis medially and occipital belly of occipitofrontalis laterally. If highest nuchal line is absent, these structures are attached to superior nuchal line. Thank you. Thanks for